Monday, and I wanted to find something a little more on the girly side instead of your typical pumpkins, ghosts, and bats and stuff. So I decided to do some sugar skull nails. Now there's so many variations to this look, so you don't have to use the same colors I'm using. Feel free to use all of your favorite colors. Of course, I chose like glitter pink for the background for mine because pink is my favorite color. I'm wearing pink right now. Just pink everything. Pink. I have this like pink mirror just to check my hair, like just in case like it's acting funky. But feel free to use your own colors. That way it's a little more special for you. Alright, so I've listed everything below in my blog as usual, as well as the Amazon links for you guys. So let's go grab it and get started. Alright, so the first color I'm going to be using is Midnight Rendezvous, and this is by Sensational. All the polishes are by Sensational. But we're going to use 2 coats of this and cure after each coat. Alright, and the next thing we're going to need is some extra fine blue glitter. The fine glitter doesn't really sprinkle as well, so that's why I don't like to use that. But we're going to go ahead and apply a top coat and then sprinkle this all near our cuticle and about halfway down the nail. Okay, so just like this, make sure you get the sides. Alright, and don't cure just yet. We're going to go ahead and clean it up with a brush and just kind of dust around our cuticle area. And then if you have any parts that really like aren't to your liking, just take a brush with some alcohol and scoot them up or take them off or whatever you need to do. And don't be worried, because when we apply a top coat, it won't be all like messy looking. Alright, so go ahead and cure. Then we're going to apply 1 to 2 top coats just until it's completely smooth. And that is it for our black glitter nail. Now we can move on to our sugar skulls, and I'm going to be using rose gold glitter for my background color. And I like to do a base coat of white first. And then we're going to apply 2 to 3 coats. We just want to make sure it's completely covered with this rose gold glitter. The next thing I'm going to do is drop some white lily down onto an index card. You're going to see me frequently doing this throughout this video. And I'm going to take a dotting tool and we're going to place a dot right in the center of the nail. And this is just going to help keep that skull centered. Alright, so something like that. Then we can go ahead and start building out our skull. Now I like to just build a little one first, just to get the general idea of shape going on. So there he is, he's so tiny. And then you can just kind of match him up and then start building him out. Alright, so once we get the basic outline done, it should look something like this. Alright, and then we can go ahead and just drop some polish down in the center with our brush just to make it easier. And then smooth it out with a dotting tool, and you're going to want to apply 2 coats of white so that it looks nice and bright like this. Alright, moving on, we're going to be using some Midnight Rendezvous to create these dots above and below the skull's head. So I like to start with 1 line down the center, sorry about that, and 1 line up the top, and then we're going to go ahead and cure. And then we can go back in and do our lines on the other sides of that center line. And this is just because I always, when I do dots too close together, they end up like smudging together, so this just prevents that from happening. And if you do make a mistake like I just did, just take a brush with some alcohol on it and brush it right off, and we are good to go. So now let me finish what I was doing. Alright, when you're satisfied, go ahead and cure. Now we're going to need Don't Meddle Me, and I used this in my little kitty cat tutorial last week. And we're going to go ahead and form a rectangle for a mouth, and this is actually the outline of the mouth, but we're actually going to make a whole entire rectangle and fill it in. This is going to help give us a better outline without having to draw it. Alright, and before we cure, I'm going to go ahead and use some Sun Kiss. This is just skipping a curing step. It's going to save us a little bit of time here. So we're going to drop some Sun Kiss down, and we're going to put 3 dots on the side of our skull. Just like this. And then we can go ahead and cure. Now we're going to draw another rectangle in black, or Midnight Rendezvous, right on top of the purple, leaving a slight purple line around the rectangle. Then we're going to go ahead and finish up with those other 3 dots on the other side. And then we can go ahead and cure. Now for the nose, it's just going to be an upside down heart, but if you're drawing it from the way I'm drawing it, then it's a right side up heart. But either way, it's going to be an upside down heart the other way, so make sure you flip it and take a look at it, make sure it's perfectly straight, because his nose can get a little funky when you're doing it like upside down. So then before we cure, again, we're going to skip another step here, and we're going to go ahead and dot down our teeth. Now we're just going to do 3, so 1 on the top and then 2 on the bottom, so 1 on each side. Again, this is just to prevent the dots from bleeding into each other. So it should look something like this and go ahead and cure. Then I'm just going to dot a little Midnight Rendezvous and smooth it out for a second coat here. And then we can go ahead and fill in those last 3 teeth. And then you can go ahead and cure. I have no idea. Oh, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just put down some top coat, and then we're gonna go ahead and put our little green glitter pieces on for our nostrils just like this, and go ahead and cure. Then apply a top coat and then cure, and then also wipe off the moisture layer. Now we're going to need some acrylic liquid and also some acrylic powder. This stuff is easier than it always kind of looks. I know acrylic kind of scares people sometimes. It used to scare me, but just taking a small brush, I'm just going to dip a little in the liquid and then dip a little in the powder, and it's going to form a little ball just like this. And then you're just going to press it down onto the skull just like that, wipe it off, and then I'm going to use a toothpick is what I'm doing to pick up the Fimo. And this is called Fimo nail art, and it's just kind of like a little clay rubbery piece thing, and they are in lots of different shapes and colors. I'm going to be using blue flowers for this one. And again, I'm just going to dip it in the liquid, into the powder, form a little ball, and then put it down onto the skull. Wipe that brush off so that the acrylic doesn't dry on there, and then go ahead and push your flower down onto this. Now if they do come off, you can always apply some nail glue to them, or if you do want to put them on with a top coat, you can do that as well. With the gemmies, it's the same thing. You can use acrylic liquid, or we can use a top coat, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. And if you want, you can always use the Fimo nail art with the top coat like this. So I'm just going to drop down a little bit of top coat here on the corner, and then some more top coat on the other side, and then we're just going to place these down, and then when you go ahead and cure it, they'll be nice and stuck in there. All right, and that is it. Sugar skull nails are so cute, and my thumbs, I just did the glitter, the black glitter nails. All right, here it is in a little different lighting. I'm not really sure what's going on with my lighting. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.